How would $12,500 affect your life right now? Dental work I've been putting off for 8 years. Had 2 cracked and broken teeth from an accident that I just can't afford to fix. Truly wish dental health wasn't considered a luxury. I know regular health is too, but a little lesser than dental. I hope that you are able to get them fixed. The is, medications have destroyed my teeth before my adult teeth even came in. All my molars grew in with massive cavities. Fillings would fall out when I was a kid. Have had to have many pulled. They were a mess. Last time I went to the dentist like at least a decade ago, I cried when I saw the pics. I'm used to X-rays, but those pics. I rinse, brush, floss, and Listerine twice a day, but you'd think I ate rocks like candy. I have half a top molar to chew with. If I ever have the money, I'm sure I'd have a full set of implants. Thankfully, all my front teeth are still hanging in. To afford a good dentist who I could go to that would understand that I have crippling anxiety and treat me like a person. Have you thought of crossing the border into Mexico? If you find a reputable dentist, it can be the same quality and much cheaper. Every year my dentist goes to this workshop, and they have tons of dentists volunteer. They set up in a warehouse and do free work all day. You'll probably have to wait around all day or even multiple days, but should see if something like this happens near you. Check with a local dental school. They do great work for a fraction of the cost. Pay off my school debt. My student loan debt remaining is exactly my $401. It is so tempting to just take that and wipe the debt out. Debt paid off and the rest into savings. Not life-changing, but helpful. The feeling of being debt-free, if you've been loaded with it for a substantial amount of time, is nothing to sneeze at. Think about the amount of stress that relieves and the health benefits of that itself. I've got things set up to where I'm going to have debt that I've had for at least 15 years paid off in about a month, and it feels like a literal weight off my chest. I can actually work on my saving safety net to the point that an unexpected disaster won't set me back further. I'd say that's life-changing. Maybe not bringing you out of the farm and into the penthouse changing, but still puts you in a better place. Being debt-free would be life-changing. It would pay off the debt from my mom's illness death and make finding a new job easier. If I failed, it wouldn't be the end of the world. As it is now, with my husband just finally working after being unemployed, it is easier to stay in a soul-crushing job that I know they are just too lazy to let me go and barely make bills each month. Same boat. I would pay off all my credit cards and at 36 actually be able to start saving for a house. Would be nice. Same here. I could help my mom. We've been struggling a bit, but if I got that money and gave it to her, she'd be much less stressed. I'd do the same. My mom is getting kicked out of her house at the end of the month, and she has been so stressed trying to find a new place. It breaks my heart to see her so scared. I'd give her that money to go towards a new place. You're a good kid. Me too. My dad died last year and my mom has had 2 hip replacements, thank you, unable to work for the time being. I'm unemployed with COVID shit and we have about 2 months before we're eating beans on toast. We are scared but trying to keep our spirits up. Seriously. Even $2,000 would give me a hell of a lot of peace of mind. $12,500 would be borderline life-changing. 12 is enough to allow a lot of people to leave bad relationships. I just feel like every dollar I make already belongs to someone else. Same here, bro. Going from nothing to something makes a difference, but the difference between 2 and 12.5 is not really as noticeable as you'd think. When I was delivering pizza, I thought breaking the tank savings threshold would be this huge moment where my life changes, but it turns out that saving tank turns you into the type of person who doesn't want to increase their spending until they were forced to. That would change everything. I would be able to get my car running again, which I've been living in when I can't find somewhere to go. I'd finally have some sort of savings again. I wouldn't be stranded anymore. $12,500 would literally change everything. Edit. It has been suggested in the comments that I should make a GoFundMe. I am not present on any other forms of social media, so my Reddit fam are just about the only option I've got. I'll put the link below. If you can help even in a tiny way, it means more than you know. Thanks, guys. This game isn't that crazy. In some ways, $12,500 isn't a large amount at all, but it would have such a huge impact. Life is weird. I hope things improve for you soon. I hope things improve for you soon. Improve you. Where do you park? I might be living in my car soon, and I worry about where to park at night. I pooed you about your car, homie. $12,500 isn't a lot to have. $12,500 is a lot to owe someone. What's wrong with your car? Seeing as I got laid off yesterday, it would be pretty big. Best Buy. I hear ya there, or just at the beginning of the journey. I lost my job back in April. I'm a single full-time dad with a very, very autistic 5-year-old little boy who doesn't understand any of this. The kicker, we live in Maine, lol. Not an easy life at all. COVID had put us through absolute hell. Put it this way, if I did have this little boy, and if it wasn't just me, I would have quit a long time ago, but I can't. It is up to me to get us through it. I'm all he has, and he is all I have. I am not allowed to let go of my ambition. I am not allowed to throw in the towel. I have no choice but to dig deep and find that strength you almost never knew had and keep us moving forward. Our saving grace. I made a last-minute decision back when we were losing our home. I saw that we could pay 1, maybe 2 more months, but then nothing and be forced out. Or I could take that money and buy a motorhome. The world was closed up. There wasn't another job to just find. Shit, they were talking about 14 days for a few months here. I did what I thought was the smart move and bought the motorhome. And I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, we would be in a shelter surrounded by drug addicts. I have nothing against those type of people, but I don't want my kid being around it, seeing it, living around it. Always worried if our stuff will vanish. No privacy, no routine. He needs routine. This way we have a place to call home, and if we have to, we will move our familiar home to wherever we have to and still have that safe, warm place we know. That same bed, our TV, our electronics, our stove, our fridge, our shower, the stuff we know to be ours and our safe haven. I say this stuff because if you happen to read this, look at our choices ahead. Think about months down the road and where you will be, and use the choices you have now to have a where it is best for down the road in the event don't find another job soon enough. All of the afford my meds in this thread is heartbreaking. I'd use it to buy these people's meds. 2 types of answers really. 1, I'd use it on something immediately necessary like food or medicine, or my children's medicine and food even. 2, lol Bitcoin, let's go. Thanks for the lovely words of support, your Rap Walker 777. I hope you mean it. Instant respect for any unselfish people. I can't even believe the fact that healthcare and medicine is not free for those who can't afford it. You could literally die from a preventable disease, but no one will help you because they wouldn't make a profit. It would be life-changing, but also not at the same time. I would be able to live more comfortably and go grocery shopping without penny pinching to an extreme degree. Rent wouldn't be a constant concern, and I would be able to be more selective for my job choice rather than taking the first offer that comes my way. However, I would still have student debt, so I wouldn't be totally in the clear. Same here. Student debt is close to $100 for me. $12,500 would be nice for savings and things like a down payment on a house or a new car, but wouldn't make a dent in my debt. Probably lose it all trying to settle a score with a hedge fund. This person Reddit's squeeze is not squoze. To the moon. My man, you aren't losing your money, you're spending it for an effect. Apes strong together. It's not about the money you wasted. It's about the friends you made along the way. Pay off my 6 debt. Treat myself to a rest, send to my mother to make her life easier. That's really heartwarming. Are you me? I have 6 debt. Except rather than I will invest and rest to my mom. Wouldn't to worry at the possibility of becoming homeless soon. Could also afford to get my driver's license, $3,000 on average where I live, and this would increase my chances of finding a job so I can keep paying further bills. Rent it side. Plus, I could afford having my teeth done now rather than later when they've gotten even worse, so I'd need to pay even more then. Rest would go to my mom since she might face temporary unemployment due to the pandemic. 5 hours ago, where on earth are you paying $3 for a driver's license for $205? Replay share report save continue this thread. My mom died natural causes early October. I was her caretaker. She left 0 money, no life insurance, and a lot of land taxes. I stopped my life to care for her. No regrets, but she left me in a pickle. I had to beg to get her buried. It was sister, only sibling, died of COVID 1 month prior to that. I didn't even have a chance to grieve. They all just died. I haven't eaten or slept in months. I'm scared and lonely. I want to move forward, but money is the key here. $12,500 would change my life completely. I could get this old, packed with stuff house sold. I need help because the house is full of stuff and I'm alone, and I take bags to Goodwill, but I am only one person. I really need to just get the heck out of here. It's a sad place now. Pay off land, taxes, which is holding up probate issues, and be able to build a life again. I hope. I'm scared, alone in the world now, and that amount would help me more than most would think. Edit. I just wanted to say a huge thank you for the most kind responses. It really means a lot to me, it does. You have no idea. This isolation is hard for all of us, and the connections and amazing comments are much appreciated. Thank you all so much. Whoa, I am seriously so sorry. I rarely ever reply to comments no matter what they say, as I'm mostly just an observer on Reddit, but your post is heartbreaking. I'm praying for you, and I hope you know you aren't alone. Life is not fair, but you can make it through. You sound like an insanely strong person even if you don't feel like it. Stay strong, friend. If you're in the US, there's probably a Mormon church nearby. If you reach out to the bishop, you can figure out which one is over your area on their website. They will try their best to send a small army of members to help you. Yes, they'll probably try to convert you too, but they'll help you out either way. I don't know if every ward is still doing that stuff in the pandemic, but I've never once moved or held a garage sale or mourned a death or landscaped a yard without the help of 30 smelly young men and 10 chatty middle-aged women moving stuff and providing casseroles. If they can help you, they will, and it won't cost you more than a few uncomfortable conversations about coming around to church sometime and maybe talking to the missionaries, to which you can just say no. In fact, other churches may have similar neighborhood service programs. I'm just not as familiar with them. Told her, if you have access to Mormons, feel free to use them. I wish I could help fix my teeth mouth. Finally be able to eat, smile. Finally be able to be healthy. Healthy. Me too. I'd get my teeth taken care of so I can finally know what it's like to smile with confidence. I'm sure it would take up the entire 12 but it would be worth it to me. I'd finally be able to fix my teeth and eat like a normal person. I posted an answer to this and I realized my teeth are also very bad and painful, but that was so far down the list of things that I even think are feasible to exist and fix that it didn't occur to list it. Like living with dental issues brought on by poverty is like shame and pain on a new level. It would change everything. I'd be able to know I can afford my medication for a while, food, housing, etc. Paying off one of my student loans would be so helpful. Same here, although it is a little depressing when I think that any big paychecks or surprise money in the next 10 years will all go to those loans. Debt is so consuming. I'd be able to have my dog's ankle repaired. I just did this. Dog's limp is gone. I would get that psychological evaluation my therapist wants me to get. Also, I'd get my teeth fixed. Big same with the psych evil. They can't really treat me for anything until I spend at least $1 to get a diagnosis of something treatable. So indefinite talk therapy it is. What are your cringy "I'm not like other girls" stories that you were embarrassed about or were unfortunate enough to witness?
Like and subscribe for more Reddit content. Watch the next video at the top of your screen.